Once upon a time, two friends joined forces to bring you the best in horror entertainment. Brian from the north, Tim from the south, each bringing their own unique perspective to the horror community. Movie reviews, Blu-ray releases, beer pairings, games, and more. Welcome to your new home for horror. This is Civil Gore.
Hey there, everybody. Welcome to the Civil Gore Podcast. I'm your host, Tim.
And this is Brian, and this is our May Discmemberment. We're going to try and get through the whole thing tonight. Of course, you may have to hear me. I'll try and mute if possible. My cold is long gone, but the cough seems to remain. So
the cough
you'll
always
probably
lingers.
See me popping lozenges and blowing my nose throughout the whole thing. So fun for all you people getting to watch this.
So May is a decent-sized month. I thought we were going to have a short month, and we ended up having a pretty packed one, 32 titles. Again, the last week is the one that's always slammed.
Yeah,
I don't know why they do that. It drives me crazy. But it is what it is. So we'll try to get through these fairly quickly so we can spare poor Brian his cold.
Yeah, and of course this month has to have like 800 film historians and I think 6 new ones possibly or something. Like that.
It's been pretty crazy for film historians. But anyway.
And I apologize
here
for
we
that
go.
Weird face I just made. The lozenge got stuck to the back of my tooth. we're in good
shape. You get an added bonus here. When you're watching the video, you get an added bonus. All right, so the releases for May 7th. We have coming up first, Full Moon's Shadow Zone from 1990. After someone is killed in the subterranean project called Shadow Zone, a NASA captain is called in to investigate. In the project, sleeping subjects are induced into a deep EDS state whereby they become portals to a parallel universe. Unfortunately, this causes adverse reactions in the subject, and something gets through the portal, the consequence of which is an attrition problem. Whatever that is. Okay. This looked like if Full Moon made Flatliners, basically.
But I mean, this is James Hogg and Louise Fletcher in it. I mean, and it's Full Moon. I mean, that's like a win.
It looked pretty cool, actually. I actually kind of want to watch it. It looks kind of cool.
Yeah, I wonder if it's on actually the Full Moon site. I should probably look. It might be on there already.
Probably is, yeah.
We seem to usually have all their stuff on there. Speaking of what's on the site, that's when I saw this. Is it? There was bad connection?
Oh, you watched this one?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I was
just saying there's no special features.
Oh, I thought you froze for a second. That's the thing with Riverside. I'm not getting quite used to its nuances sometimes. Sometimes there's these little delays that are just quick pauses while I think it uploads, depending on the speed of the internet. Because I think what happens is one of the benefits is that this constantly is uploading. So let's say in the past when Tim and I have like Tim's had a storm and we've lost things, it'll at least say it's constantly uploading. So we'll really be able to continue right where we left off. But I guess if you want to call it a negative to that, sometimes there's a hint of a lag. I've noticed. It was last time, so we may over-talk each other slightly. But I think it fixes itself somehow.
Somehow it all works out in the end. It does some kind of crazy AI editing at the end, and it all comes out sounding really good. So I don't know.
Yeah,
or I've been told it sounds good. I don't think I've.
Yeah, everyone's been complimenting us. So this was going to be the new stuff. We're still doing the interviews on Zoom until I think we get the full hang of this, though. Just because because this once we get this going, we'll have live shows with this. We'll have the Zoom. The interviews will go on through Riverside. Basically, a lot of what we've mentioned before. A lot of stuff will open up. It's just right now we're still getting the nuances, so we're just going to do the regular shows through it. But yeah, this one is another Full Moon's Bad CGI Gator. 6 college grads get a cabin in the swamplands of Georgia. They decide to throw their school laptops in a backyard lake in an act of youthful defiance, which unknowingly turns an alligator into a dreaded and insatiable CGI creature. I mean, not for nothing, but why are you throwing your laptop? Okay, it's a school laptop, a big deal. It's a laptop. Those are expensive nowadays.
I know. I kind of cringed when I saw that in the trailer.
Yeah, the movie's really short, by the way. It's fun though. It's typical Full Moon. It's more like a Full Moon, I would almost say a TV show though, because I think it's under an hour. I remember watching it. Yeah, it's one of those really short ones. Full Moon has a bunch of those. If you notice, they have these 58-minute titles, and there must be some kind of remember who was it? Was it Lloyd? Was it Roger Corman? Remember, it was famous on Joe Bob was talking about that, how he was saying how he has this like time point he likes to hit for budgetary reasons. I wonder if certain full moons do that. They're like, okay, we're gonna only put this much budget on, so we're getting this under an hour.
But yeah, I was watching a bunch of 50s movies for the horror 365 challenge, and a lot of those were like an hour 7 minutes, hour 6 minutes, and I was like, wow, I can get through a bunch of these because they're really, really short. Those are the ones that were from back in the 50s.
Yeah,
this one looked. I actually thought the gator should look worse than this one. It actually looked a little bit too good.
It should be like mediocre CGI gator.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, it's a bad. Don't get me wrong. It is a bad CGI gator, but it's not the worst I've ever seen.
No,
honestly.
I've seen way worse CGI things than this.
Yeah.
Anyway, this one's got some features on it though. It's commentary with director Danny DDD triple 3D director Danny Draven and writer Zalman Band. Was he related to Charles Band? I guess is that like his son, maybe or something?
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
I don't know. We got to figure that one out. Could be a son. Bad CGI gator blooper reel, which is probably the whole movie. If you want to, really look at it that way. Dead Talk Live podcast. Oh, another podcast taking
another podcast.
Yeah. Dead Talk Live podcast. Bad CGI gator director interview. Isolated music score by Jojo Draven. Cast table read at Full Moon Manor. How cool would that be to go to Full Moon Manor? I want to go to Full Moon Manor. Cool. That sounds like I want
to do a table read.
I know, but just Full Moon Manor. Does it kind of sound like if you got like invited to Willy Wonka's like chocolate factory? Like there should be there should be 5 golden tickets and all these Full Moon Blu-rays, and if you get it, you get to go.
I feel like it's more like I'm thinking it's more like the Playboy Mansion kind of.
Oh, yeah, you're probably right. Probably more like that. Rather like an adult Willy Wonka, I guess. Anyway, there's an original trailer and Screams from the Basement podcast director interview.
Now, here's the thing. We do interviews with directors all the time. Why can't we just get our interview put on one of these DVD features?
I have a feeling that
would be easy.
Yeah, I think we're getting pretty friendly with some people. I think we're going to get one of these days. They're going to just like say, you know what, do you guys mind if we just use that
throw
podcast
it on the
we did? Yeah.
Yeah. Next up is from Rising Sun Media, Katernica from 2023. A mysterious play envelops the lives of those who read it, or thought those who read it. I said this was The King in Giallo because of The King in Yellow, which is a play. Which is a book. This is a very clever multi-layered pun here. So yeah, The King in Yellow is a book by Robert Chambers. yeah, Yellow King. But the book is about The King in Yellow book is about a play that drives people crazy when they read it. Oh. And so, but this looked kind of Giallo-esque, so I said The King in Giallo, which Giallo is yellow in Italian, so it all works out. It was very clever when I wrote it.
It was.
I just had to explain it.
Good. It's sometimes our puns are so next level, Tim, that you can't like. Yeah, you have to explain it. I mean, you and I get it, but
I was very proud of this one. I was very proud of this one.
Proud of his puns. It's a damn rare thing these days. Yeah, like to me, Katernica sounds like a planet from Master of the Universe. Like one of the side villains would go on, not like like Merman,
Lord of Katernica.
Well, Merman wasn't he Aquatica, or something like that? So like Katernica is probably like some half man, half cat character.
Yeah,
and then he would be like
you're right.
The whole maybe that's where Battle Cat came from Katernica.
I like that. This one doesn't have any features on it though.
Masters of the Universe fan fiction. Okay, next one is from Severin Films. They're always good for something great here. Spider Labyrinth in 4K from 1988. Alan Whitmore, a young American researcher, goes to Budapest to visit Professor Roth, with whom he collaborated on a secret project called In Textus. Arrived in the Hungarian capital. That's the Oh no, there is a comma there. Sorry, I totally misread that. Arrived in the Hungarian capital, Alan finds Roth, whom in panic hands him a black book, which he says should include information of the utmost importance. Why are all the bad books in the world always either black or have flesh on the outside?
I know.
I think it'd be much more misleading if you really wanted to get a cursed book into the possession of people. Make it like a very happy storybook or something,
Yeah, like a coloring book or something,
or like a Sears catalog, I don't know. Anyway, This could be like a fun watch, though. It looks like there's spiders, spider people in there.
Oh, this one looks great.
Yeah,
I love the trailer for this one.
Yeah, we
there's
definitely
weird. Oh, you know what? We screwed up. That was our pick of the week.
Oh shoot, we did. You know why? It was like I scrolled down. Okay, so there's a first on Civil Gore. You got your pick of the week midweek.
Midweek. That's okay. We'll keep going. We'll just keep rolling.
It's okay. Just like the One Cut of the Dead. Keep on rolling.
Yeah.
Okay. Exclusive new 4K restoration of the film. Audio commentary. Dr. Will Dotson, professor of rhetoric and media studies. Well, that
sounds
is
important.
That like higher than film historian? Is that like
I don't know.
Is he like the king of all the film historians?
Professor of rhetoric.
Yeah,
and
media studies. Sounds important. And he's a doctor and he's a professor. Man, he's got everything. Anyway, Ryan Verrill, host of the Disconnected. That sounds like a ripoff of the Dismemberment, if you ask me. But we'll have to research that one.
We'll get our lawyers on that one.
Yeah, get the lawyer, the Civil Gore lawyers on there. The Civil Goyers. Anyway, caught in a web interview with director Gianfranco Gianni or Gianni. That G's probably silent. Arachne interview with screenwriter Gianfranco Manfredi. Is everyone named Gianfranco in this?
Apparently.
Okay.
All
the Colors of a Spider. Interview with cinematographer No, I'm only kidding. Nino Celeste. Smile of the Spider-Woman. Interview with actress Paola Rinaldi. Death in Stop Motion. Interview with special effects artist Sergio Stivoletti. Oh, he's been around. We've had him in like the Dismemberments a lot. Does a bunch of stuff. Web of the Weird. Placing Spider Labyrinth in the weird genre with Dr. Will Dotson, Ryan Verrill, and Erica Schultz, author of The Sweetest Taboo, an unapologetic guide to child kills in film.
Oh my God, I want to read that book.
Yeah, what book is that about? Wow.
The Sweetest Taboo, an unapologetic guide to child kills in film. Oh my gosh, that sounds amazing.
That's
I wonder
dark. Well, there's a movie we just saw that we really we can't mention. I want to spoil it. I wonder if that's in there. If not, it needs to be an addendum.
Oh my God.
And there's also a trailer for it on there, which the trailer is actually really cool. So that's kind of
we screwed up. That was our pick of the week.
Yeah.
And we have one more here from Allied V, A Most Atrocious Thing, 2024.
Oh God, this is full of puns too for me.
Yeah, this one's full of puns. Oh dear, and when I say deer, I mean DEER. Ben, Dylan, and their 3 stoner buds embark on a graduation trip at a remote cabin with plans to drink, hunt, and drink some more. But after inadvertently eating tainted deer meat, friends become foes and transform into demonic flesh-craving zombies who want nothing more than to tear the group limb from limb. This one actually looked kind of fun. It looks like a sort of like Evil Dead, but if they turned because of zombie deer meat.
It's almost kind of like, it kind of reminds me of like a Cabin Fever too, you know?
Yeah,
like that whole kind
very
of thing.
much in that vibe.
Yeah, and it's got a Wish version of Bill Hader in there.
It does, yes. So to recap the week of May 7th, we had Shadow Zone from 1990, Bad CGI Gator from last year, Copernica from last year, A Most Atrocious Thing from this year, and our pick of the week, The Spider Labyrinth 4K from 1988, a great Severin edition of that one.
Yeah, that's the one we should have had our thing on because people said our podcast is the most atrocious thing they've ever seen. That's where we should have had our commentary on.
That's right. Yeah. Here's another example of something atrocious.
Yeah.
May 14th.
Synergy. That's what it's all about.
May 14th brings us a couple of those Walmart exclusive steelbooks, The Gate from 1987 and The Lair of the White Worm from 1988. You know, those must be selling because I see steelbooks are getting more and more popular, these exclusives.
I mean, I know we kind of always just discuss the steelbook thing, but yeah, it's like it went from Best Buy to now Walmart's like bought all the steel, I guess, and then is making them.
Which I could see if I wasn't the kind of media collector I am now, and I really wanted to focus on just one cool thing just to have, I could see like just collecting steelbooks. That's all you collected was the steelbooks. That would be fun. I think that would be a fun thing to do.
I mean, they're kind of, they look neat. They just don't look neat when they're like you have all the other. That's the thing. I wish there used to be like this universal like casing system. You know, it's like sometimes you have the cardboard on the outside. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you get the steelbook. Sometimes you get the weird those thin
clamshell. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's like, they don't display well to me. But I guess if you had the right kind of display thing, I guess it would work. But anyway, anybody that collects steelbooks, like let us know how you display them.
It'd be cool if you remember those old like I don't know if they make them anymore, but it was big with the videotapes. Those steel like video shelves. Like that would look cool on a steelbook if they made that, because then it'd be just like all steel,
I need to look up some steelbook collectors and see what they do.
Yeah.
All right, so May 14th, we have some really good titles this week.
Yeah,
really, really good. The first one up is a very good one, and I would say 3 of these could have been our pick of the week. Peeping Tom 4K. This is from Criterion. This is a 1960 classic, a frank exploration of voyeurism and violence. Michael Powell's extraordinary film is the story of a psychopathic cameraman, his childhood traumas, sexual crisis, and murderous revenge as an adult. Reviled by critics upon its initial release for its deeply unsettling subject matter, the film has since been hailed as a masterpiece.
I still need to see this.
Yeah, it's great. I watched this one a while back, years back, but I loved it.
Yeah, I remember you talking about it in the show once. Yeah.
Yeah. Has a new 4K restoration of the film with uncompressed monaural soundtrack, 2 audio commentaries, one featuring film scholar Laura Mulvey, and one featuring film historian Ian Christie. Who's Ian Christie?
So before he was a film historian, actually, Tim, he would host the children parties under the name Christie the Clown. But, it wasn't very good clown, so it wasn't booked very often. But ironically, though, during his downtime, he studied film history, leading to the career he was destined for. Yeah, and somehow he avoided, I guess, also a lawsuit from Matt Groening, from The Simpsons, because that could have been.
That's cool. So this one also has an introduction by filmmaker Martin Scorsese, interview with editor Thelma Schoonmaker, documentary about the film's history featuring interviews with Schoonmaker, Scorsese, and actor Carl Bohm. Documentary about how does that Bohm? Bame? I don't know how. Documentary about screenwriter Leo Marx. Program on the film's restoration. Trailer plus an essay by author Megan Abbott. That's a great.
If Carl Bohm goes from acting to film historian, he's going to host a show called Here Comes the Bohm. But
yeah,
had to throw that.
Some of these you just wish they would be. They just wish they would be film historians because their name is.
We need to wish it into existence. Next one, this one could have been a pick of the week too, actually, I think it's appeared in so many forms already that it to its own detriment almost. Shout Factory's Killer Clowns from Outer Space 4K, even though it's a great upgrade for 4K if you don't have it yet. I still may do it just because you want to get that upgrade.
I'm gonna upgrade my copy because I think I've got the real plain Jane Blu-ray.
I think I do too. I think I have to really like that cheap Best Buy version that I had years ago. So I might have to upgrade that. So the spaceship that looks like a giant looks like a circus tent lands in a field near a small town, signaling the attack of a deviant, red-nosed, balloon-twisting psychos from another world who plan to annihilate mankind by turning people into cotton candy. Luckily, the town's teen citizenry, there we go, decides to fight back and teach the cosmic bozos a lesson. And Killer Clowns has gotten some kind of massive resurgence, I think partly because Universal making it a house.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a board game coming, or is it out yet?
There's a video game
coming. I mean,
you
got merch now, tons of merch. It's crazy how this
was very popular. Halloween costumes too last year. I saw a lot of Killer Clown stuff. They had animatronics, everything.
Yeah, and it was one of those movies that was thought to be one of those horror movies that people just joke about, even though they've never seen it. They'll be, Killer Clowns from outer space, Yeah, but it's actually a really fun movie, and way better than it had any right to be. Now it's getting the last laugh, which is good because now everyone is it's making probably tons of residual checks for all its people that were part of it. The disc one, it's got 2 discs. Disc 1 is 4K Blu-ray, new 4K restoration of the film from the original camera negative, audio commentary with the Chiodo brothers. Disc 2 is the Blu-ray, making of Killer Clowns, composing clowns, creating clowns, all with K's here. Visual effects with Gene Warren, deleted scenes, bloopers, earliest films of the Chiodo brothers, and Easter eggs.
All right, we're going to skip over our pick of the week this time and go to Shout Factory's Dracula 2000. This came out, of course, in 2000. When a team of techno-savvy thieves breaks into a high-security vault, they don't discover priceless works of art. They find a crypt unopened for 100 years. Suddenly, the ancient terror of Dracula is unleashed, and his first destination is the city of New Orleans, a place where he feels right at home. Not far behind is a vampire hunter determined to save a young woman with whom Dracula shares a dark legacy. I remember seeing this in the theater, and it was terrible.
Yeah, I saw that. I think I thought I saw this in the theater, but it was that other one, Dracula with Cheryl Lee in it, whatever that one was.
This one was bad.
But usually when you add a year to bring an older story to like the current day. It rarely works, even if you're Wes Craven. But I just like Frankenstein, like 2024 or something.
I don't know why they do that. It instantly dates your movie. It just shows that they don't care. They really don't care about the movie's longevity. All they care about is making a quick buck because they're instantly dating it the minute they put a year on it. I just don't like that.
Yeah,
there was a Dracula. I mean, I feel like they were kind of doing it because there was that movie Dracula. There's like a Dracula 1977 or something like that.
Yeah, like it was like
maybe it was kind of a play on that, but
just why why not name it just Dracula? Don't put the 2000 on it. That's the part that bothers me because it's like he's not like makes him sound like he's going to space. You know, it's like.
And I think this one they were trying to go for that technological turn. 2000, everybody was around the year 2000 was all like futuristic, and I don't know.
It's just the name should have been the studio should have nixed that name and come up with a better one.
New 4K restoration from the original camera negative approved by Patrick Lussier. New audio commentary with film critics Emily Higgins and Billy Dunham. New True Evil Cannot Die, directing Dracula 2000. An interview with director, editor, co-writer Patrick Lussier, maybe. New Beyond the Reach of Death, designing Dracula 2000. An interview with production designer Carol Spear. New Forever Be Contained, scoring Dracula 2000. An interview with composer Marco Beltrami. Audio commentary with director Patrick Lussier and screenwriter Joel Soyson. Deleted and extended scenes with optional audio commentary. Vintage behind-the-scenes featurette, auditions, and theatrical trailer. So a lot of extras for a terrible movie.
Yeah, I bet you it's Joel like Soisson.
Soisson. Like croissant.
Like a Soisson. And next one is by Lionsgate, Tim's favorite movie of the year. 2024, Imaginary. I think Tim's wishing he imagined he actually saw it. Instead, he did actually see it. Anyway, a woman returns to her childhood home to discover that the imaginary friend she left behind is very real and unhappy that she abandoned him. I feel like this is also like, was this the plot to kind of like Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey in some way? Like Pooh felt like neglected in it? Like, isn't that what it was?
I will tell you, I mean, even Colors of the Dark podcast, which I love, they're always very with Rebecca McKendry and Elric Kane. They're always very positive, and they even had the director of this on their show. But even they like the next episode when they actually reviewed the movie, even they were like, not great.
You know what though? The plot is so overdone. Of the imaginary friend kind of thing, or a doll, or a bear, or whatever you want to call it, it like comes to life.
It was bad, right? I mean, the performances were okay, but it was just bad writing. Like it really took me out of the movie.
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably watch it when it comes to streams for free, so I could, I need still 300 plus movies. I think for the horror challenge. So I'll probably watch it, but I'm not looking forward to it.
It's not. I mean, it's not the worst movie in the world, but it's one I wish I had not paid like $80 to see in the theater.
Yeah,
I guess that's what I'm saying.
Watch it on my whatever. When it probably comes
watch it streaming. It's fine. Yeah, it's fine.
Audio commentary by producer. Anyway, the features are audio commentary by producer, co-writer, director Jeff Wadlow, and executive producer, actress DeWanda Wise. Meet Your New Imaginary Friends featurette, Frills and Thrills featurette, Crafting the Beasts of Imaginary featurette, and Bringing Nightmares to Life featurette.
All right, that brings us to our pick of the week, which I was really excited about.
Yeah.
Because this is another movie that kind of became a cult classic, especially after the sequel was released.
Yeah, which was surprisingly, as we said so many times, way better than it had any right to be. It was actually super enjoyable.
So this is Shout Factory's release of Orphan from 2009. This is a collector's edition, and it has a lot of new features on here. So if you need to upgrade your disc, this is a great time to do it. From Dark Castle Productions comes.
I thought I had it the whole time, but I had a DVD version of it. I never had it on Blu-ray. So
I don't think I've
already when I saw this, I ordered it right away actually because I'm like, you know what, I needed to replace this. No wonder why it was selling like the original version is selling for like $5, which I almost jumped on. But whenever I see a movie like that there's suddenly a drop in price, you almost know something's coming. And
especially so like box sets and stuff. Yeah. Like you see box sets go real cheap, you better watch out because they're getting ready to release a new edition.
Yep.
So this one has from Dark Castle Productions comes a tale of the angelic Esther, a sweet precocious child who is taken in by the loving Kate and John. We would describe more, but this shocking, moody masterpiece is a dish best watched cold. When its final twist is played, you'll want to watch it again with family. This one has some great extras. New 2K master from Interpositive. That was a remaster from this year. New audio commentary with film critics Emily Higgins and Billy Dunham. New audio commentary with film critics Mike Saunders, Jason Bollinger, Tad Good, and Brian Clark. New audio commentary with film critics Chris Alexander and Ali Chappelle. New audio commentary with film critic Heather Wixon. So it's 4 audio commentaries with like critics. 10 different film critics.
Yeah, and I love Heather Wixon because she's we follow her on Twitter a lot. She goes by Heatherface, which I love.
Yes, Heatherface.
And
I love it.
She was actually I will always thank her because she was the one that like got us into the whole world of David Weiner and In Search of Darkness. And that's like, I mean, then now not only has he become a friend to us, but we've gotten we've getting all this news on all these documentaries that he does. So it's great.
Oh yeah, she's great. New Silent Story, an interview with composer John Ottman. Mama's Little Devils, Bad Seeds and Evil Kids featurette. Deleted scenes, alternate endings, still gallery, and theatrical trailer.
He's very underrated, John Ottman. If you look at some of his the scores he does, a lot of times, like, I expect to see like a different name there, and it's him. And he actually does a really good job. Look up his scores when you get a chance sometime.
All right, so to recap, we had Criterion's version of Peeping Tom 4K from 1960, Shout Factory's Killer Clowns from Outer Space 4K from 1988, Dracula 2000 Shout Factory from 2000, Lionsgate's release of Imaginary, which actually had some features, so I'll give them that.
Yeah.
And our pick of the week. This is an easy pick of the week for me because I just love this movie. Shout Factory's Orphan Collector's Edition from 2000.
And I had to make it the pick of the week because I literally picked it and ordered it.
You literally bought it. I mean, any other week, I would say pick up that Criterion. Peeping Tom is definitely an easy suggestion, and if you need to upgrade your Killer Clowns, that's a no-brainer as well. So
yeah, that was a good week. That's a good
very
week.
Good week. All right, May 21st is an interesting week. Kind of a mixed bag here, but starting it off, we have yet another release of Crimson Peak from Arrow 2015. Young author Edith Cushing discovers that her charming new husband is not who he appears to be. So May 21st kicks off with, I don't know how many editions of this freaking movie they're going to make. I like the movie. Don't get me wrong. And I love the movie.
I mean, we both have that Criterion, that good Criterion one.
Yeah, we got the excellent Criterion one. I just cannot see buying this movie again. This has a Dolby Vision HDR presentation of the film approved by director Guillermo del Toro. Audio commentary by co-writer and director del Toro. The House is Alive, Constructing Crimson Peak, a feature-length documentary with cast and crew interviews and extensive behind-the-scenes footage. I'm assuming these are not new extras because I'm not seeing like the new tag on them.
Yeah, I can't remember if my version before I bought the Criterion because it was a good version I bought was by Arrow. Also, I have to look. I don't remember.
I can't imagine
the Monolith is still in boxes, so I don't.
I'm guessing these are old extras that you can see on other editions. Spanish language interview with Guillermo del Toro, the Gothic Corridor, the Scullery, the Red Clay Mines, the Limbo Fog Set, 4 featurettes exploring different aspects of Allerdale Hall. A primer on Gothic romance. The director and stars talk about the key traits of Gothic romance. The light and dark of Crimson Peak. The cast and crew talk about the film's use of color. Hand-tailored Gothic, a featurette on the film's striking costumes. A living thing, a look at the design, modeling, and construction of the Allerdale Hall sets. Beware of Crimson Peak, a walking tour around Allerdale Hall with Tom Hiddleston. Crimson Phantoms, a featurette on the film's amazing ghost. Kim Newman on Crimson Peak and the tradition of Gothic romance, an interview with the author and critic. Violence and Beauty and Guillermo del Toro's Gothic fairy tale films, a video essay by the writer Kat Ellinger. Deleted scenes, image gallery, original trailers and TV spots, double-sided fold-out poster, 4 double-sided postcards, limited edition packaging designed by Crimson Peak concept artist Guy Davis, and a limited edition 80-page hardbound book featuring writing by David Jenkins and Simon Abrams, an archival interview with Guillermo del Toro, and original conceptual design illustrations by artists Guy Davis and Oscar Ciccone. But I mean, this is a great addition. Yeah, this is a great addition. If you don't have this movie, I would definitely recommend that one.
That book now was like making it tempting again.
I know. It is a great movie.
Really buy a third version of this movie?
It's one of those movies, though. I didn't like it when I first saw it.
Me
I really
either.
didn't.
I didn't like it the first time. It's when we did it, I liked it so much more at that time.
Yeah. And then when I rewatched it on the Criterion, I liked it even more. It's like every time I watch it, I like it better. It's one of those underappreciated.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Next one is by Blue Underground, and this is a AKA one. Death Dream, AKA Dead of Night, which is Dead of Night. I swear, there's so many movies called Dead of Night that it's hard to keep track. Like, I'm pretty sure I saw this one.
This one's the Bob Clark one. So Bob Clark of Black Christmas fame.
I saw this one. And then there's another one, right? And then the classic one we love from the 60s.
Yeah.
I think there's 3 big, like, Dead of Night movies. So this one is a young man killed in Vietnam, inexplicably returns home as a zombie. So that's kind of a story. It's almost like very, like, kind of Pet Sematary kind of.
It's very Monkey's Paw.
Monkey's Paw. Yeah. I mean, that's. Which actually, Monkey's Paw used to, like, that whole thought scared me as a kid. I don't know why.
Anyway, yeah.
This is a Tim Burthier movie too, right?
It is. It is. Yeah. I watched this for a horror challenge one time. That's when I first saw it.
That's right. Yeah, I remember you talking about that. Okay. No, I know I've seen this. When I watched the trailer, I'm like, I know I've seen this before at some point. So maybe I watched it after you told me about it. I don't know. But anyway, this one's got good. It's 4K here, so it's got disc one is the 4K Blu-ray exclusive 4K 16-bit restoration from the original camera negative. New audio commentary with film historians Troy Howarth and Nathaniel Thompson. Of course, that's our little Statler and Waldorf crew. No Bruce Holchek, so no Stygian witches. I know Tim is very disappointed to find that out. We always need to make like film. I swear to God, once we get our merch store fixed up again with the new logo, we need to start adding like shirts like that. Although I don't know, we just have to write the Stygian witches somehow without it being Stygian witches for copyright.
I don't know.
I'll figure out a way. Anyway, audio commentary with co-producer director Bob Clark. Audio commentary with writer makeup artist Alan Ormsby. Oh, wasn't he from Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and Bob Clark. Well, yeah, so there you go.
Yeah.
It's their duo again. Theatrical trailer, disc 2, Blu-ray. And that's new. The first Andy interview with actor Gary Swanson. A recollection with star Anya Liffey and writer makeup artist Alan Ormsby. Notes for Homecoming, interview with composer Carl Zitterer. Flying Down to Brooksville, an interview with production manager John Bud Cardos. Tom Savini, The Early Years. That sounds like such a happy thing. You know, it's like this almost sounds like a weird like sitcom that would appear on like TBS. You know, Tom Savini, The Early Years. Death Dreaming, interview with star Richard Backus. Screen test with original Andy Gary Swanson. Alan Ormsby student film. Alternate opening titles. Theatrical trailer, still galleries, and limited edition embossed slipcover and reversible sleeve with alternate artwork. First pressing only.
All right.
Next is our pick of the week.
Yep. Then we got Shout Factory's The Island of Dr. Moreau Collector's Edition from 1996, the infamous 1996 version. After being rescued and brought to an island, a man discovers that its inhabitants are experimental animals being turned into strange-looking humans, all of it the work of a visionary doctor. This was a weird movie. There's actually a documentary about the crazy making of this movie that is actually better than the actual movie. So go check that one out. I can't remember the name of the documentary off the top of my head, but it's got all the crazy stories about Marlon Brando on the set.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
It was a very wild story. This has theatrical and director's cuts of the film, new 2K restoration of the director's cut from an interpositive, new interview with creature makeup effects supervisor Shane Mann, the making of the Island of Dr. Moreau featurette, photo gallery, and trailers. It's kind of a skimpy collector's edition, but
yeah, especially for Shout Factory.
For Shout Factory, but yeah, that's how they're marketing it. It's not
even in 4K or anything. Like it's not even like that kind of an upgrade.
Yeah, I don't know why that's kind of a weird collector's edition moniker, but that's how they're marketing it.
We'll see. See if anyone sells that. Maybe they'll learn to bury it where it belongs. Next is Shout Factory's release Gretel and Hansel from 2020. A long time ago in a distant fairy tale countryside, a young girl leads her little brother into a dark wood, desperate search of food and work, only to stumble upon a nexus of terrifying evil. I thought this one was okay. Did we do an episode on this? Did we do an episode?
Like we at least talked about it.
I know Kim and Ket did. I thought we did one right after them on it. I kind of liked it. But anyway, this one's got disc 1 4K Blu-ray, 4K presentation from the original master, new audio commentary with director Osgood Perkins, new audio commentary with horror historian Rebecca McKendry, and she is a true legend. We adore her. She is not getting an imitation of any kind because everyone knows her, and she's awesome. And I listen to her like E.F. Hutton, kind of thing. Like, what? What'd you say?
Yeah. She's grandfathered in. If she ever becomes any kind of film historian, but she doesn't get a backstory, she's completely
her backstory
immune.
Is epic enough. We can't make.
Yes.
Yeah, we can't even come up with one for her.
She's completely awesome. Immune from any parody or satire from this podcast.
She is extremely talented in her filmmaking and her review. And history of films. It's also got a disc 2, which is the Blu-ray. It says a new interview with production designer Jeremy Reed, storybook featurette, Gretel featurette, New Tale featurette, and Witchcraft featurette.
This next one is a weird one.
This is a new production company.
And it's called Kim's Tim. Kim's Tim? I don't know.
Is there a Kim that like has a Tim also or something?
I don't know. This is The Wolf House from 2018. Tells the story of Maria, a young woman who takes refuge in a house in southern Chile after escaping from a German colony. So I watched this one for the horror challenge because I needed one that was an animated, and this is a stop motion.
Really cool animation, in this.
It's stop motion, but the real true story behind it is very horrific because it deals with child abuse and all this stuff, and so it's a very strange movie. It's worth watching. It's very interesting. This one has 3 short films by Joaquin Cosiña and Cristobal Leon. Totally butchered that. Weather Veen by Joaquin Cosiña. Der kleinere Raum, the smaller room. Hey, I knew that. Der kleinere
I was going
Raum.
to say, that's like German, Tim, isn't it?
By Cristobal Leon and Nino Verle. La Bruja y el Amante, The Witch and the Love, and original trailer. So a lot of little short films on there. But I would recommend this one. It's very interesting to see like a stop motion horror, but it's got some very creepy, disturbing scenes in it and stuff.
It almost looks like everyone's like paper mache. Interesting.
It's a very unique. I say stop motion, but it's not like there's all kinds of different artistic.
Yeah, it's
methods used.
Yeah, it's like multiple forms of animation, and that's really good. Next one is Kino Lorber is Back from the Dead, 1957. A newly married young woman is possessed by the evil spirit of her husband's deceased first wife. The possession turns her into a scheming killer who will stop at nothing to get what she wants. That's an interesting plot.
That sounds horrible. Being married to your ex-wife again.
I know. With like your new, and your new wife just has to you're like, did I make the same mistake? But this one's got a lot of got some good special features here. It's got audio commentary with film historians Tommy Weaver, Gary D. Rhodes, and Larry Blomeyer. So all 3 we've known. I'll just do a refresher. Tom Weaver, he's like that nice upbeat guy, likes to hang out at the beach, go to the Regal Beagle, and then he invited the 3 random guys he met at the beach to join him on commentary. Those guys were Phil Sunburn Benson, Marty Martin, and John Voight, the chiropractor, not the actor or dentist. Of course, so this time he had 2 other people altogether on here. One was Gary D. Rhodes. He's a cool dude in a GMC truck, goes by Rhodes. He's somewhere between Joe Bob Briggs, Tommy Chong, and Wolfman Jack.
We haven't had him in a while.
I know. Like, yeah, this is Wolfman Rhodes or something. That's going to just kill me. I'm going to need 9 lozenges after that one. Then Larry Blomeyer, we haven't had him in a while, too. He was known for his relatively long movie reviews in newspapers called Blah, Blah, Blahmeyer. So, oh, boy. Why do you let me get away with these things, Tim? Next one is another new audio commentary by film historians David Delval and Dana M. Reeves. And Delval, of course, we had him last time. Looks and sounds like Frankie Avalon. Did the Beachploitation, Shatner hair, the V-necks, the Hasselhoff hair. And he's smooth with the ladies. And, of course, by the problematic Richard Dawson, which we discussed last week from Family Feud. Dana M. Reeves, though, he's a new one. He likes to do film reviews by using funny pics he finds on the internet and calls them Reeves memes. So... So bad. It's like, Tim enjoyed it. It's so bad.
Oh my god, we're so bad.
Anyway, and it comes with a limited edition O-card slipcase.
Oh my god. All right, moving right along. Another new publisher, Lightyear.
Yeah.
And this is called
We Go On. A little buzz on this one, though.
Yeah, true. This was called We Go On from 2016. Miles Grissom is a video editor in Los Angeles who lives with an excessive fear of death that keeps him alone, afraid, and stuck in his life. When he comes into some inheritance money, he places a newspaper advertisement offering a reward to the first person who can show him a ghost, a demon, a past life memory, anything to prove we go on after we die. In the hopes of having
a show like that. Remember that show Proof? That was out for a very limited time.
Oh, yeah.
Julie loved it with Jennifer Beals. Julie loved that show so mad it got canceled.
It's a neat premise. Anything to prove that we go on after we die, in the hopes that having certainty will allow him to live free of his anxieties. He sorts through the thousands of responses to arrive at 3 viable candidates: a science professor, a local medium working in a Mexican restaurant, and a worldly entrepreneur. Charlotte, Miles' protective mother, joins him on his quest, and they embark on an adventure through Los Angeles, one that will spiral into a hellish nightmare. This one just looks okay to me, although I really do like the premise.
Yeah, because I mean, honestly, I am terrified of death, and I would love it if someone could tell me. He says, "Well, would come out and say, honestly, it's not that bad. You know what? You get to you get to watch everybody. You're looking down on things. It's not you're just not a corporeal person. You're still living your life, but I can't." You know what it is? I can't wrap my head around the fact, because when people say, well, you're going to be dead, you're not going to know you're dead. So you're not going to remember anything. But I'm like, trying to rack your brain around that thought now, imagine.
Yeah, it's hard.
You're like, but you won't know it. Where will you be? You just won't be there anyway. But someone who's got an OCD mind that is constantly moving like mine, forget it. I cannot rationalize that. So it's I would love for someone to tell me, say, you know what? It's really not that bad. There's Blu-rays there. You got a library. You can look something to get me to okay, it's not so bad,
Yeah, this one has a couple of extras here. Digitally remastered commentary from stars Annette O'Toole and Clark Freeman. Commentary from writer of the story Jesse Holland, and commentary from director-writer Andy Mitten. So that brings us to our pick of the week.
On that one. Okay, sorry.
Brian's got our pick of the week, which I thought this one was a cool set. I actually almost ordered this one.
Yeah, just because it's I love when they just I don't really know about these movies, and when someone just decides to put a set together of it, because that's a good way to learn about them. You get the whole set.
Especially when they have good audio commentaries, which this one does.
Yeah, this one's got a lot of cool stuff. This one is by Kino Lorber's Republic Pictures Horror Collection from 1944 to 46. Includes The Lady and the Monster, The Phantom Speaks, The Catman of Paris, which is nice to see, because you always hear about cat women. Very rare you get Catman. I'm Catman. Meow. And Valley of the Zombies. Okay. So anyway, it seems like a cool set. It's got HD masters by Paramount Pictures from 4K scans. New audio commentary for The Lady and the Monster by film historian Stephen Bissett. Of course, good old Stephen Bissett. He created blank audio recording vessels called Bissett tapes. He's currently still defending himself in copyright infringement lawsuits from Philips Corporation and Lou Audens, creator of the cassette tape. His second endeavor was VHS Bissett tapes. Fortunately, he got the patents just a touch too late, and he missed his window. But as a footnote, sadly, Lou Auden passed away in March of 2021.
I don't know why Bissett tapes cracks me up.
Because it's my stupid humor. Audio commentary for The Phantom Speaks by novelist and critic Tim Lucas. He's just a critic here.
He doesn't get a film historian story.
No, even though he does. I think later he comes back with film historian. And now another one, a new audio commentary for The Catman of Paris by film historians David Delval and Miles Hunter. Of course, we just discussed Delval, but Miles Hunter's new one. This is an interesting one. So he likes to challenge himself and really lives up to his name in terms of movie watching, as he proudly proclaims to all who will listen, "My name is Miles, and I have watched 5,280 features." Sadly, he's the only one that gets that pun. That may be my most bizarre one yet. It's so incredibly bad and stupid, but clever in a weird alternate
That's why
universe.
These are funny. They're so bad.
Yeah,
they're so bad.
And back again, the duo there as audio commentary for Valley of the Zombies by historians David Delval and Miles Hunter. They're back. Audio commentary for Valley of the Zombies by novelist and critic Tim Lucas again. And then sidebar, The Lady and the Monster on camera with Tim Lucas and Stephen Bissett. So he must be using the VHS Bissetts to record that one.
All right. So to recap, May 21st, we had Crimson Peak from Arrow, new edition of that from 2015. Blue Underground's Death the Dream, a.k.a. Dead of Night from 1974. Shout Factory's The Island of Dr. Moreau Collector's Edition from 1996. Shout Factory's Gretel and Hansel from 2020. Kim Stim's The Wolf House from 2018. Kino Lorber's Back from the Dead, 1957. Kim Stim. Light Years We Go On from 2016. And our pick of the week, Kino Lorber's edition of Republic Pictures Horror Collection. That's The Lady and the Monster, The Phantom Speaks, The Catman of Paris, and Valley of the Zombies, with a bunch of great film historian audio commentaries on that one.
Yes.
All right, so our big week, closing it out. 14 releases this week for May 28th. Starting us off is Vinegar Syndrome's Witch Story 4K from 1989. A young girl and her brother take some friends on trip to check out a house the pair has just inherited. What they don't know is that the house is haunted by demons and the ghost of a woman who was burned at the stake as a witch and who now plans to take revenge by killing off the siblings and their friends. This one looks completely nuts in the best way. I want to see this so bad. I'm going to track this one down.
It looks got ridiculous. A creepy crap bag, and it's got that like jumping song in there. That's like, this joint is jumping. Yeah.
It looks great.
It looks like a lot of it. That looks like a future Civil War commentary. Honestly.
Yeah, it looks great. This one has some great features. New 4K restoration from the original camera negative. Commentary track with film historians Troy Howarth, Nathaniel Thompson, and Eugenio Ercolani.
One of Tim's favorites. Of course, we know Howarth, Nathaniel, the Statler and Waldorf, and No Stygian Witches again. And Eugenio Ercolani, for some reason, it didn't paste, but we all know him. Of course, he's the "Did I do with that?" So he's
He's the Italian Urkel.
Yeah, he's the Italian Urkel. He's the lost Italian Urkel.
This has directing a witch story.
Okay, sorry. That's terrible Urkel impression.
Anna cannot. She's tried to watch Family Matters, but she just can't get through it. She can't do it. She can't get past Urkel.
Really? You know what it is? It's funny when they like. He's great in the beginning, but when he gets adult and he's still trying to do the voice, and he's still doing the voice, and he's so grown up, he just looks awkward.
Yeah, yeah, it's bad. This has directing a witch story, an interview with director Alessandro Capone, producing The Witch, an interview with producer Giuseppe Pedersoli, The Light of Witches, an interview with cinematographer Roberto Girometti, The It-Brit Connection, British actors in Italian horror, video essay by Mike Foster, An Italian Witch in Florida, archival making of documentary featuring interviews with director Alessandro Capone, cinematographer Roberto Girometti, and composer Carlo Maria Cordillo. Raw audition footage, image gallery, reversible sleeve artwork.
Did you catch that? If that director, was a film historian, is Alessandro Capone, he'd totally be Al Capone.
That's true.
Know that.
Oh, you're right.
There'd be some whole Al Capone spin on
whole
that.
Mafia thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Anyway, next is another Vinegar Syndrome. It's The House Where Death Lives, a.k.a. Delusion. A nurse goes to a house to care for a crippled old man. Then the people in the house start being murdered. Also known as The House Where Death Lives. It looks familiar, but I don't think I saw it. It's very weird, but it's got a new 4K restoration from the original camera negative. Commentary track with The Hysteria Continues. Another podcast that keeps getting all our work.
I know.
Dear John, an interview with actor John Dukakis. Stuck in That House. An interview with actor David Hayward. Madhouse. Author Stephen Thrower. He's doing that now. On The House Where Death Lives and reversible sleeve artwork.
Next is from Bleeding Skull. And this one's called The Other Dimension and the Films of Fabio Salerno from 1992. 3 Tales of the Macabre. Disc 1 is the features preserved from the only 16mm film elements in existence. And the features are The Other Dimension and Deep Night. And also Fabio, a 48-minute documentary by Oblivion Films, and The Making of Deep Night. Disc 2, the shorts preserved from the best available VHS and digital masters as film elements are lost. This has Arpi from 1987, Ultratumba from 1987, Mezzonotte from 1986, Extrasensoria from 85, Trisoggium in Nero from 1985, Vampiri from 85, Incubo from 84, Nadi from 1983, Cadaveri from 1982, La Pora Esiste Gia on Natala Rosso Sangue. Just killed that. Magic, La Signora del Five Piano, The Making of Ultratumba, a 12-minute archival documentary, and Magic commentary by Bleeding Skull's Giuseppe Ziemba. I just destroyed those shorts, but there's a bunch of shorts on there on that disc. So I don't know much about that one. There's no trailers or anything.
Yeah. Why was it Del 5 Piano?
Yeah, Del 5 Piano. So I don't know. That's a strange one. You have to go look that one up.
Yeah. Next we have Umbrella Entertainment, The Tunnel, and The Tunnel, The Other Side of Darkness. Double feature there from 2011. We only got to see the trailer, though, for the first one. I could not find the second one anywhere. But it looks like it's like a found footage series.
I think the second one's just a documentary.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I think the second one's just a documentary on the making of. Yeah,
Ooh,
on the
okay,
first
that makes
one,
sense why I couldn't find it. Okay, an investigation into government cover-up leads to a network of abandoned train tunnels deep beneath the heart of Sydney. As a journalist and her crew hunt for the story, it quickly becomes clear the story is hunting them. Yeah, that looks cool. It's found footage. I always like that stuff. Oh, yeah, you're right. The full feature-length behind-the-scenes documentary, The Tunnel, The Other Side of Darkness. There we go. I would have just read down. I would have figured that out. Audio commentary director Carlo Ledesma, producer, writer, editor Enzo Tedeschi, and producer, writer, editor Julian Harvey. The Tunnel, Beneath the Surface documentary. Popcorn Taxi World Premiere post-screening Q&A. Alternate ending. Meet the cast. Time-lapse videos. Production videos. The Tunnel at Screamfest LA. Press sneak peek hype reel. TV crew boot camp, music videos, and the trailer.
All right, next up, Kino Lorber comes back with another collection of sci-fi chillers. Sci-fi chillers collection from 1957 to 1966 includes The Unknown Terror, The Colossus of New York, and Destination Inner Space. Has HD masters by Paramount Pictures from 4K scans. New audio commentary for The Unknown Terror by film historian Stephen Bissett, who've talked about new audio commentary for The Colossus of New York by film historians Tom Weaver, Larry Blameyer, and Ron Adams. Now, who's Ron Adams? Have we had him before?
Yeah, he's new, but pay attention to him because he might come back later here. It says he used to be paired with the never-before-mentioned film historian Bob Up, and they hosted a show called Up and Adams. Bob Up retired, so Ron went through 11 other co-hosts before he gave up and went solo. His co-hosts were collectively known as Adams 12, until he was sued by Universal Television, and they thought it was too close to their classic police series.
Wow, that's a good one. I like that one.
Yeah, but keep remember Destination.
Yes, okay. New audio commentary for Destination Inner Space by film historians David Duvall and Stan Schaffer. Have we had Stan Schaffer before?
No, we actually do not. And he's I will tell you about him. He's ironically also worked with Ron Adams' former co-host Bob Up for an anti-movie censorship code called Stand Up for Your Rights. I noticed there is a delay because I hear myself going into Tim's ears, so there must be a slight delay. I apologize for the technical issue on this episode.
Yeah, there is a slight delay. So ridiculous. All right. Sidebar on The Colossus of New York on camera with Tim Lucas and Stephen Bissett. Sidebar on Destination Inner Space on camera with Tim Lucas and Stephen Bissett. And The Colossus of New York theatrical trailer.
Yes. Next one is Kino Lorber's Death Machine from 1994. It says, Chank Armaments is experimenting with the ultimate fighting machine, which is part human, part machine. So far, the Hardman project has been unreliable and has killed a number of innocent people. The genius behind this project is Jack, who lives in a world of models, toys, and magazines. Or don't we all, I swear. When he is fired by Kale for killing a few corporate officers, he unleashes the ultimate killing machine called the War Beast against Kale and those who would help her. So that seems interesting plot there.
I was going to pass, but it does have Brad Dourif in it. So
it does.
I might have to give it a shot.
I think he can make it watchable.
Yeah.
Next one, so we have Disc 1, which is US version, 100 minutes. A new K master from an interpositive. New audio commentary by HorrorFixes.com, James G. Chandler and Ash Hamilton. US theatrical trailer. Newly created director's cut, which is 106 minutes. And then, oh boy. Okay, so we got a new audio commentary by writer-director Stephen Norrington and film historian Michael Felsher. He is new. So he's interesting. He likes to go by MF and hosted an acting training class once, and people would call the people who took the class MFers. So I don't know if that's a positive for them.
Okay.
But that's what it is. New technical audio commentary by writer-director Stephen Norrington. New audio conversation with writer-director Stephen Norrington and creature creator and makeup artist Alec Gillis, sorry. Isolated original score audio track. Disc 2 is the foreign version, which is 122 minutes. 2019 restoration. Conducting Chaos. Composer Crispin Merrill on the sound of Death Machine. Cutting edge action. Editor Paul Endicott talks about Death Machine. Cyberpunk on a budget. Costume designer Stephanie Collier on Death Machine. Looking Death in the Eye. Producer Ray Burtis talks about Death Machine. Mechanical Mayhem. Co-producer Stuart St. Paul remembers Death Machine. Artwork and design still gallery.
Say Death Machine one more time.
I know, right? It's like I feel like I keep saying behind the scenes still gallery. German theatrical trailer, Japanese theatrical trailer, vintage BTS promo from Japanese Laserdisc. Whew. Done.
Ooh, that was a list there. Okay, Yellow Veil Pictures, Daniel Isn't Real from 2019. A troubled college freshman, Luke, suffers a violent family trauma and resurrects his childhood imaginary friend Daniel to help him cope. I remember wanting to see this one when it came out. And you said we did an episode on this one? I don't remember seeing it.
Yeah, it was the one.
Wow, I don't even remember watching this one.
Yeah, it was the one with the college students. The guy was one of the kids from the Halloween 2018 was in it. He was
okay. For some reason, I didn't recognize it from the trailer, but I guess I have the memory of a goldfish. So, as Kim and Kent say, so introduction by director Adam Egypt Mortimer, 3 storyboard scenes featurettes, 4 deleted scenes with optional commentary, alternate ending with optional commentary, 5 scenes early script to film comparison, behind the scenes slideshow, commentary with writer director Adam Egypt Mortimer, commentary with writer director Adam Egypt Mortimer and co-writer Brian DeLue. Commentary with writer-director Adam Egypt Mortimer and Adam Egypt Mortimer.
Hey.
Sounds like that was such a made-up name.
Yeah.
And Grant Morrison. Extended version of intro scene, The Abyss with new original music. Animation test of Daniel Fortress. Style and visual guide. Face flicker BDS slideshow. Demon face 3D model slideshow. Trailer and an essay by Amy Nicholson, film critic and writer.
Uh-oh, she could be getting up there to film historian.
Yep, she's aiming for film historian.
Yeah.
Oh, this next one looks really cool.
Yeah, this is one that's been on my watch list for a long time, and I've just not seen it yet. And everyone raves about it. Severin Films' Cemetery Man in 4K from 1994. It says Francesco Della Morte Delamore is the watchman at the Buffalora Cemetery, where the dead rise within 7. I know, I was like the buffalo. Where the dead rise within 7 nights of their last breath. Della Morte has learned that the only way to stop them is to split their heads open. A spade works, but a dum-dum bullets work even better. And he casually uses whatever is at hand. Putting the dead back to rest, that is, he feels a public service. One day, Della Morte, this is worded so horribly. One day, Della Morte falls deeply in love with a mourner, a young woman burying her elderly but sexually tireless husband. When Della Morte and the woman make love on her husband's grave, the earth moves. But when she dies, can Della Morte kill her again when she inevitably rises? When 8 motorcyclists, including the mayor's daughter, are killed on the highway, will Della Morte be able to handle all the work? Twice?
What? I don't understand that at all, but okay.
I don't either, but the trailer looks amazing.
It does.
It's Rupert Everett, so that's awesome. 2 new 4K restoration of the film, audio commentary by director Michelle Suave, and I think she was there last week, or he was there last week.
It was yeah.
Yeah, and a screenwriter Gianni Romoli, and I just lost my whole page. Okay, there we go. Of Love and Death, interview with actor Rupert Everett. She, interview with actor Anna Felci. Archival making of A Matter of Life and Death. Interview with Gianni Romoli. Graveyard Shift. Interview with cinematographer Mauro Marchetti. Head Over Heels. Interview with actress Fabiana Formica. We'll table that discussion for later. Yes, the Formica table. Okay, so I knew that was coming. And I'm gonna have to do that. The Living Dead Mayor. Interview with actor Stefano Massirelli. The Music from the Underground, interview with composer Riccardo Bisio. Resurrection, interview with special effects artist Sergio Stivoletti. He's back. Cemetery Gate, interview with set designer Antonio Galeng. Grave Encounters, interview with Alan Jones. He's back. Author of Profondo Argento. Italian trailer and English trailer.
People have never seen Twin Peaks are going, what the hell?
I know. What are you talking about?
All right. Vinegar Syndrome next up with Homegrown Horrors Volume 3, 1986 to 1981. Includes 3 features, Revenge, Haunted Ween, and Deadly Love.
So I don't want a Haunted Ween. I don't know.
This is a 3-disc Blu-ray set, new 4K restoration from the 16mm camera negatives. Deadly Love from its IP. Includes hours of newly produced extras, which they do not list, and reversible sleeve artworks.
Interesting.
There you go.
My pick of the week is the same one, by the way, as yours, so we'll skip that.
Okay.
Next one is The Great Alligator, 4K, 1979. Tourists on a tropical island anger an island god who turns himself into a giant alligator and stalks them. Why an alligator?
I don't know. I think I saw this one for the horror challenge.
I do too. I just don't remember the title being so generic, like The Great Alligator.
Yeah. Maybe it was it could have been an AKA.
It might have, and they just didn't. Yeah, didn't put it. Anyway, the first disc is 4K Blu-ray, new 4K restoration of the film from the original camera negative, and a trailer. The disc 2 is the Blu-ray, and it's Down by the River. Interview with director Sergio Martino. You can't say Down by the River without doing the Chris Farley. Menu. Interview with actress Silvia Colatina. Beware of the Gator. Interview with camera operator Claudio Morabito. Later Alligator, an interview with production designer Antonello Galeng. Underwater, interview with underwater camera operator, oh my god, Gianlorenzo Battaglia. Guy's got 9 names in there. 3 Friends and an Alligator. A discussion with cinematographer Giancarlo Ferrando. Production. This might be a record for Giancarlo's in this one.
I don't know.
Ferrando. Production designer Antonello Galeng and special effects supervisor Paolo Ricci. Paradise House, Christianity and the Natural World in The Great Alligator, a video essay by Lee Gambin, who's now not a film historian in this one either, author of Massacred by Mother Nature. Alligator Land, Antonio Galeng shares original production drawings, and a trailer.
Nice. Next up from TerrorVision, we have Satanic from 1968 with a K, Satanic. 1968. Then, I think it means when. When old, scarred Dr. Marnie Bannister has a chance to regain her youth after committing murder to access a colleague's secret method of regenerating tissue cells, albeit with aggressive side effects which turn deadly in the mind-melting Satanic. This looks very 60s, but it looks kind of weird, and I kind of want to, like Brian said, I kind of want to see this one too.
Yeah. Real quick about Dr. Marnie Bannister, though. She's kind of weird, though, because she kind of just stands by stairs. So... I'll see myself
go home,
out.
Brian.
That's it.
Just go home, Brian.
I'm done.
You've had enough.
I'm waving the white towel or tissue.
This one has a new 2K restoration of the film. Commentary with Eugenio Ercolani, Troy Howarth, and Nathaniel Thompson. They're back.
The trio. I love how they like Troy Howarth and Nathaniel Thompson. They couldn't just handle the whole Stygian witch thing, so they brought in an Italian Urkel in there.
Yeah. Interview with Piero Vivarelli. Interview with Patrizia Rosso. Visual essay Black Fumetti by Eugenio Ercolani. Visual essay Layer by Layer Alexandra Heller-Nicholas. And complete original soundtrack. Complete original soundtrack. Okay,
yes,
cool.
The next one is from Arrow. It's Pandemonium from 2023. Not the Pandemonium that Steve Cohn and I love. Which, did you see yet, Tim? You still need to see that, right?
I don't think I've seen that. No, I haven't seen that
Oh my god, that movie is the ultimate 80s horror comedy. You guys got to see that. Pandemonium. It's got Paul Rubens in it. It's got the Smother Brothers. It's got Judge Reinhold. It's got
wow.
Mark McClure. It's got everyone in there. It's like from the 80s. It's great. Really funny movie. Anyway, after realizing he's died at the scene of a car crash, Nathan descends into the depths of hell, where he is doomed to experience the pain of tortured souls along the way. This looks actually really good. It
does look very good.
Yeah.
It looks very A24 to me. It's very
I have a feeling, though, this was directed by AI or something, because it says different textures, a brand new interview with writer-director Quarks. Sounds like a computer, doesn't it? Quarks.
It does. Okay.
I don't know. I guess that's their name. Tony the Monster, a brand new interview with writer-director Quarks, and makeup special effects supervisor Olivier Afonso. Filming a Real Birth, a brand new interview with writer-director Quarks, sharing behind-the-scenes look at the filming of a birth.
Maybe I don't want to see this.
Surprise there with that one. Footage from the film's 2023 premiere in Paris, making a featurette, a trailer, reversible sleeve, featuring original and newly commissioned artwork by Dare Creative, double-sided fold-out poster featuring original and newly commissioned artwork by Dare Creative, illustrated collector's booklet featuring by new writing on the film by Anton Batel. Oh, he's back. But he's not a film historian here. A director statement and director Q&A. So I apologize, Tim, before you read this one. I gave you the wrong trail. I gave you the wrong trail. I gave you the current one. It's actually to be released, an Amityville Curse, which is just another Amityville movie with the same title as the one from 1990.
I kind of want to see the Tubi one now, though.
Yeah, the Tubi one didn't look as Didn't look too bad, but the 91 wasn't that bad either. Surprisingly, for an Amityville film, that was one of those sequels. So, but anyway, sorry, I just wanted to clear that for you. So you discuss it. You're not, you know all the facts.
So this one's from Canadian International Pictures, The Amityville Curse. This is the 1990 version, not to be confused with the recent Tubi version. An unseen assailant murders a priest in his confessional. The church is closed. Years later, the house is up for sale, and Debbie and Frank purchase it. Debbie is strangely drawn to the house because it reminds her of her dreams. So it sounds like this one was okay for an Amityville film.
Yeah.
Which is not saying a whole lot.
Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, it was like when it was that one period of time where like every year they'd have like 3 come out. It was before that phase, so they were still somewhat of a
somewhat
decent to do quality there. Yeah. Oh, so our final pick of the week. This one is, I forgot to put mine there, but it is my pick of the week as well. Severin Films' Kathy's Curse from 1977. After a terrible car accident 20 years ago killed his father and sister, a man returns to his family home with his wife and daughter. The daughter takes up residence in her deceased aunt's room and after finding some of her possessions, becomes possessed by her spirit. Soon, strange happenings and mysterious deaths begin to occur in the household as the possessed girl lashes out at those around her. This one is nuts. I don't have it. I need it for the monolith.
Yeah, this one's great. I watched this one, I don't know, a couple years back for one of the horror challenges, and I just absolutely loved it. It's so bonkers, ridiculous. This one is one
like sequels, like later on, like an unofficial sequel. I think I watched for the horror challenge last year.
Oh, I don't know, but this is one. If you ever like want to do like a backyard movie night with your friends or something, this will be a great one to do.
Yeah, it's got that classic box art of that blonde girl too, and everything.
Yeah, it's so wacky and cult filmy.
Yeah.
So
this one's got the new 4K restoration of the film from the original camera negative, audio commentary by Fangoria contributor Brian Collins and filmmaker Simon Barrett. That's the US cut only, by the way. Theatrical trailers, Disc 2 Blu-ray, Tricks and Treats, interview with director Eddie Metallan. Kathy's daddy, Alan Scarf, remembers that. Kathy's Curse. Kathy and Mum, an interview with actors Randy Allen and costume designer Joyce Allen. Introduction to Cinematic Void, American Cinematheque screening by Brian Collins, and theatrical trailers. So it doesn't have a lot on there. Usually Severin is packed with features, but there might just not have been a lot for this.
Yeah, but it's definitely a great movie if you haven't seen it.
Yes.
So to recap, the week of May 28th, we had Witch Story 4K from 1989, The House Where Death Lives, aka Delusion from 81, The Other Dimension and the Films of Fabio Salerno from 1992, The Tunnel / The Tunnel The Other Side of Darkness from 2011, Sci-Fi Chillers Collection from Kino Lorber from 57 through 66, Death Machine from 1994, Daniel Is It Real from 2019, nice Severin Films 4K edition of Cemetery Man from 1994, which that almost was my pick of the week.
Yeah, it was mine too at one point. But, Kathy's Curse is just so iconic. It's like...
Yeah. Homegrown Horrors Volume 3 from Vinegar Syndrome, that's from 86 to 91. The Great Alligator 4K from 1979, Satanic from 1968, Pandemonium from 2023, and The Amityville Curse from 1990. Our mutual pick of the week, Severin Films, Kathy's Curse from 1977. Great cult film, definitely worth checking out. And that is it for May. We survived a 32-title month.
Yes, we went through it, and for once in a while, now we're giving you to the whole thing in one shot.
Yes, it was good to finally get through a whole Dismemberment, yeah.
Because, it's like funny, because while it sometimes makes it easier to break it up, at the same time, it's like then we're always trying to fit in more episodes towards the end of the month, so it's kind of good. And I have some travel at the end of the month, so it's kind of good that we got all this.
We're packed with interviews this month.
We have.
We've got...
And we have a very special episode we're recording next week, which we're going to leave as a surprise. We have at least one interview. Not this week. Next week, probably. I think. But that's
why we've been so. You guys wonder why we haven't had like a true regular episode in a while. It's because we've been just getting so many interviews back to back that it's been hard to schedule our recording for our because the interviews takes up a night typically. Yeah. By the time you schedule everything and we have to get it edited and everything. So, but we'll get back on track eventually, but we do have a little content coming.
Yeah. And at this rate, our 300th episode may fit into this year when it's like, I know. Because we do little mini-sodes.
Yeah, we have tons of mini-sodes.
Speaking of 300th episode, Kim and Ket are hitting their 300th too. So
yeah, that was cool. We're kind of hitting. Yeah. Very nice. But yeah, so it's kind of weird because I don't I just can't we've never numbered our like little short episode. Like I feel like it has to be a regular episode to get the number behind it. So I'm sticking to that, even though we've got way over 300 episodes at this point.
Oh my God. I mean, if you counted everything, we're probably close to like 4 something.
Yeah, easily. Because I know we had we're well over like 150 interviews. Yeah. Well over like standalone interviews. So yeah, it's crazy. But anyway, so we'll be back here next month with our June Dismemberment. But in the meantime, plenty more content coming in May, so don't worry about that.
And then we'll do sooner, before you know it, we'll be in our summer Slaycation, which I think we're still leaning for that found footage franchise theme we want to do. So
I think we're going to do that, yeah. So if you guys have any suggestions for summer Slaycations, let us know, because we keep a running list of ones we're going to do. So yeah,
I know Jeff Whitmire will probably have to be present during some of these episodes.
Yes, definitely, for sure. Especially one major franchise we're doing.
Yeah, and speaking of, by the way, I don't know if you've seen, if you haven't yet, go follow him on Twitter and go look at his latest Blair Witch song and video, which is just incredible. He actually
was really good.
Like the cast, the guy who played Michael Williams, liked it and loved it and commented on it. So. Which is pretty cool.
Really, really good. Yeah,
it's probably one of his best ones overall, I think, that he's ever done. And that's saying a lot when he's done so many songs. He's already working on his new album, and he's going to be announcing that soon. So I actually told him to come on when he does announce his crowdfunding for the next album, so he can chat all about it. We can get everyone on board with that.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, guys. We'll see you back here soon.
See ya.